Alright, so it's the same day that I left you guys hanging, but it's just in a separate video. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the lip, remove the front bumper. I'm going to go ahead and set the bumper on this. I'm going to go ahead and set the bumper on the bumper stand and set the lip on there as well. Go ahead and drill. I'm going to go ahead and drill through the lip, line it up with the front bumper, and get everything set up. So let's get to it. Alright, so I was ready to set the lip up and mock it up and then start drilling through the lip to get the exact holes. But then I managed to come across, and this is why I love Shine Auto, guys. You see those markings right there? That is where you have to drill, and the holes line up exactly with the holes on the bumper, and that is why I love Shine Auto, man. So now all I got to do, they made my life so much simpler, if that's even a word, but it is going to be really easy to install. Now all I got to do is drill out those holes and then go ahead and bolt the lip up to the bumper, and simple as that, the lip is on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a respirator mask on and get my drill, get some drill bits, and drill the holes out. Alright, as you guys can see, I only put 3 bolts on there. I do need to go buy more hardware when I buy the hardware for the side skirts. So as you guys could see, you can see right through that hole. All these holes line up perfectly, or at least like 98%. So you just have to, if it doesn't line up perfect, you could just adjust it a little bit, drill it a little bit bigger, and it'll fit perfectly. But the way the holes were marked up, I drilled right where they were marked up and they lined up perfectly, and the lip sits flush. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the bumper around and show you guys what it looks like. All right, the lip is held on by 3 screws and it lines up perfect. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead to the hardware store and pick up more hardware for this and the side skirts, and I'll see you guys in a bit. So it's the next day and I completely forgot to record inside Home Depot and show you guys what bolts I got, but I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys once I get home. I'm just gonna buy some food real quick, and I'm gonna go eat and then head home, and I'll show you guys the hardware that I bought and how I will be installing the lip. There's 2 ways to do it, but I'm gonna show you guys a different way rather than stock, because I couldn't find the stock hardware for the front bumper. I mean, I might have the pieces at home, I just gotta look for them. If not, I'll just do it this way. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, I'm back home from Home Depot, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I got. I got these M6 1.0 nuts, more nuts, and some bolts. These are 12 millimeter, I believe. Yes, they are 12 millimeter bolts. All of them the same size, and this is gonna be for the lip. I'm gonna show you guys in a second. I got these 1/4 flat washers. I got some split washers, I guess some people call them locking washers. And for the side skirts, I got the best ones they have, which are self-tapping screws. And I'm going to be installing the side skirts with these because I don't see any other way of doing that besides using double-sided tape on this edge right here, but I do not trust that, so that's not going to happen. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go ahead and drill out the holes here along the side skirt. On the bottom end, I'm gonna go ahead and make room, so I'm probably gonna drill out like a circle big hole. So let's say the hole is right here for the bolt. I'm gonna go ahead and trim some of this off right here and do the same for the rest of it. That way I could go ahead and get the bolt in there. But what I'm gonna do is drill all of this out, get a marker, put it close to there, and then mark where the holes are going to go, and then drill first. That way the self-tapping screws go in a lot easier without having to drill with the side skirt on. I could just do it by hand, and that'll make it a lot easier. That will make it come out legit. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get started. guys could see, I drilled all the holes, and then I made holes in the bottom so that way I could reach those with my tools without anything getting in the way. And I did kind of mess it up right there, but it's okay. You won't see that part. The bottom will get beat up either way. So okay, so what I'm going to do is lift up the car, put some tape on the bottom end. I'm going to mark all the holes, drill the holes out, and then just throw in the self-tapping screws. And just like that, the side skirt is on. I might have to go back and probably drill another hole here in the back, or actually two, because they were kind of loose. So I might have to go and drill 2 new holes, or probably find a bolt that fits in that hole without having to use the self-tapping screws. And that does suck, because that's the reason I hate self-tapping screws, is if you drill the hole a little bit too big, then it's not going to tighten up right all the way. I mean, it's pretty... There's a little bit of playroom, but I mean, besides that, because these 3 right here are holding it really tight, but the back 2 are a little bit loose, and then I haven't put on the front one yet, so I still need to do that. But besides that, it's good to go. And now for the front bumper. I'm not going to show you guys the other side because it's the same thing as this. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and fix this off camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our bolts. We're going to take 2 washers and one of the split washers. Alright, so what ended up happening here is I ended up doing 2 more holes in the rear, and the same thing happened with the self-tapping screws where it kept spinning. So what I'm going to do is get thicker bolts and with the pointy tips, so that way I could get them in there and actually tighten them down. And when it comes down to the final assembly of the Rx7, I am going to put some double-sided tape all along the side skirts, the inside of the side skirt, and I will press it in. I think I'm going to get the foamy double-sided tape. If you guys know which one I'm talking about, it looks kind of like the Michelin Man, like the bag it comes in. But yeah, I'm going to end up using that and putting it along the edge, so that way it keeps all the water and stuff from going in there and maybe later on down the road causing rust. But I'm going to spray them with spray paint, the holes that I made, so that way they do not rust in the future. And I might also put some thread locker on the bolts as well, just to give it that extra safety feature, because I don't want any of the bolts coming off and then going into my tire and giving me a flat tire. So the front is done, and the front came out perfect, as you guys could see. I ended up using bolts instead of the original OEM clips that had the threaded bolt, that had the threaded hole in there. So I ended up using that, and it looks amazing. I'm gonna have to go back to Home Depot and get longer bolts, so that way I could put them on, and it'll be a little bit safer than those little tiny bolts. And 10mm bolts do come in handy, so I could use them for the rest of the car, the ones that are on there now. And I will probably get some medium strength thread locker, and I might be running a front splitter, so I do need the top bolts to hold, or maybe I'll do a chassis mount or have someone fabricate me. All right, there you have it, guys. The Mazda Speed front lip carbon fiber installed. The bumper's still not sitting right. I still need to go back and adjust, like I've said a million times. I need to go back and adjust everything, make sure everything fits right and sits right. But the front bumper is now on. I do need to bend the metal where the brackets go for the front bumper in order to get it to sit right. So yeah, and then there's a big gap there, of course, because the bumper, like I mentioned before, isn't sitting right. So if I get that all dialed up, it's going to look amazing. And I ended up putting the F&E emblem on here, and it makes a big difference. Even though the car looks like shit because the wrap is like half off, but still looks amazing though. The lip looks amazing, I should say. Alright, I think that's enough for one day. So I will go to the hardware store, get more bolts for the side skirts, and that way I can install the other side skirt as well. and just have that out of the way. But I mean, I still need to adjust the fender, so it's kind of good that I have the side skirt off right now. But the front lip is on and it looks amazing. I do need to get longer bolts for that, and once I do, just have it sit right. But either way, I still need to remove the lip in order to wrap the front bumper, I mean. But yeah, the car looks amazing with the front lip and the side skirts. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what are your thoughts on what the car looks like with the lip and the side skirts. If you guys think it looks good, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I hope you guys liked the video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to have this car on the road and running. It's going to be crazy. It's one thing seeing the car in video and in pictures, and it's another thing seeing it in person, and man, it looks really good. So with that being said, I'm in the video here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Once again, Ed Range, keep on rotating. Peace.